These last 2 weeks in March are when most acceptance letters from the Ivies go out. In fact, schools like Penn and Princeton put students on notice via Twitter that the decision letter will arrive today. And while there will be some happy students for sure, most will be opening rejection letters, while yet another group will be entering the limbo of waitlist land. Here with advice on surviving the waitlist is Stacey Brook, founder and chief advisor at College Essay Advisors. Stacey, so great to have you with us. There are few things as frustrating for a college senior with his or her heart set on a certain school than to be waitlisted on it because you're so close but yet so far,
yes,
right?
Absolutely.
And how many students, you get a sense of how many students this year will be on a wait list?
It really depends. The numbers change every year. It's something that's so hard to predict. I think even the schools are frustrated with how hard it is to predict the numbers. But for example, University of Virginia, last year they took 360 off the wait list. The year before that, they took 402, and the year before that, they took 42.
Oh my goodness! So there's just
it does vary.
It does vary. And do you have the sense that schools create a very robust wait list? You know, they pad it?
It really, again, depends on the institution, and it depends on what they expect the yield to be.
Right. And let's face it, if you get an acceptance from Harvard, how many people are turning those down, right?
Exactly.
So how many spots are freeing up there? All right. But so is there anything then that a student can do to increase his or her chances? I mean, do you recommend reaching out to a school one last time, or can that backfire?
Well, the very most important thing a student can do is follow the instructions given to them either on the waitlist letter or on a school's website, or both. So absolutely read through the waitlist letter, pay attention to what they're asking for. Again, with University of Virginia, they ask you only to submit a letter if you have new information to include. So if you, for example, blew the lid off a fundraising goal and have an update for them, or if you won a science competition, something that wouldn't have already been in your application, that's something they want to hear from you. Columbia asks you to send in a one-page missive on why you absolutely want to go there, and they specifically ask that you don't have any additional recommendations sent. So the instructions are very specific.
Right.
And you want to make sure that you don't shoot yourself in the foot by doing something a school does not ask for.
And if a school does not give you a specific instruction about writing to them, is it then worth writing a little short note saying, this is why I really, really want to come to the school?
It absolutely could be. Okay. And I think unless a school says, absolutely, please do not contact us, I don't think it hurts. I also think that this is the time where you can forego flowery language and
get
you
to
should
the point.
Exactly. Say something like, I am 100% committed to attending your institution, and were I to be accepted, I would immediately rescind all other offers, and here I am.
Right. Now, you know, it's sort of like dating. You have your heart set on a school. You think this is your soulmate school, and you're on the wait list for that school. Can you seriously then begin to evaluate your other options when your heart is over here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't believe in soulmate schools.
That's good to know.
I believe that, as in life, we have many matches that are available to us, and you can be compatible with a number of different environments and programs. So I think it's important to take all of the valuable research that you've done in your initial hunt, go back through your notes, take a look at the things that made you apply to a school in the first place. A lot of these schools ask you to write why essays about why you want to attend the school in the first place. So read those over, remember why you fell in love with these schools. And maybe a school wasn't your initial first passionate love, but you felt strong like for it. Lean into that. See if you can, get to a place. Exactly.
So here you go. You're leaning into these other schools. You're still waiting for your dream school to get back to you about the wait list. And the time is ticking. That inevitable sort of decision day when you've got to let one of these other schools know is coming. Do you make a commitment to another school when you're still waiting to hear about your dream school?
Most definitely. And most waitlist letters will instruct you to commit to another institution because admissions officers all want you to receive an education, and they know that the chances of you getting taken off the wait list are really variable. So no matter what you do, once you find that strong like school, make a commitment, put down the deposit.
Then that deposit is non-refundable, right?
It is non-refundable, but a small price to pay for knowing that you're going to receive an education.
Right. And so then how long could this sort of limbo drag on? What is the latest point you've heard of a school informing someone, hey, you did get a spot off the wait list?
Usually schools try to get back to students by end of June, and the amount of time they give you to make the decision at that point is usually pretty short, 3 days. I think Emory gives you 3 days, UEA gives you 2, some schools give you 24 hours. So but to stay on the wait list to begin with, you really need to know in your soul that you would go to the school that has waitlisted you above any others. If not, it's really not worth putting yourself through the torture.
Right. So they would never drag it out through the end of the summer, though. By the end of June, you should know one way or the other.
Pretty much, for the most part.
All right, Stacey, thank you so much. I guess we should all just keep this into perspective.
Yes, completely.
Just call it.
Completely, exactly.
Thank you so much for that.